Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our smartphone web designing course. In our last class, we looked at the most important places to focus on when you are designing a new blog, the most important places you need to focus on. And so today, we'll be proceeding to create our website using the one we registered last time, that is skillerblog.com as an example. Okay, so first of all, we are going to create a blog out of this. Okay, we are just going to turn this into a simple blog that anybody can access from anywhere. Okay, and view the information we have on it. So if you need to create a blog for yourself or for a client, just follow this same example that we will be doing today using your smartphone, and you will create a perfect one. Okay, so let's proceed with the creation of our blog. So the first thing we will do is to log into the admin account, which we have already done, and then we proceed to the dashboard. Over there we go to appearance and select themes. Okay, we'll select appearance. Now remember that I told you that under these themes, under this appearance, you can always download a new theme from the WordPress folder or WordPress store. You can always get a new theme from that place. All you need to do is that when you come to this place, you click on add new. So the moment you click on add new, it will open up to normal WordPress store where you can either download a free theme or buy one. Okay, you can see as many themes they have here. There are so many of them, over 4,000 of them. Okay, and then if you have a theme already in your system or in your phone that you want to use, okay, if you have a theme already you want to use in your mobile phone, you just click on upload theme here, and then come down to this place and click on choose file. So the moment you click on choose file, it will open up your normal phone file manager, and then all you need to do from then is scroll to where you have that theme and select it. Okay, scroll to the folder where you have that theme already saved and then select it. Now I said that at the end of this course, there will be a bonus which you will receive, and some of the things you'll find in that bonus is different kind of themes that you can use, to build a blog, a website, or any other thing. So I have a theme here that I like to use. Already I have some here, but I can either use any of these ones that I have here, which is square type. Okay, let me see. I think it should be around here. So you just go to where you have your theme and then you select the particular one. This is the one I want to use, that's overflow. Okay, you can see I also have newspaper and square type, but I want to use this one, so I'm going to just choose it. I'm going to select this particular one. Sorry, let's try that again. I don't know why the Chrome crashed. Let's try it again. Okay, so we will choose that particular theme and use it to create our blog. Upload theme. Remember, when you get to this stage, you select upload theme and then choose file. So the moment you select choose file, it will open up your file folder, or your file manager, rather, your file manager. And so once it opens your file manager like this, you scroll to where you have your theme, okay, already saved in your phone. You just scroll to where you have your theme already saved in your phone. In this case, I have it stored in the download folder, so I'm just going to go there and select the one I want, which is this. Okay, so you choose the one you want to use and upload. Okay, hold on. Let's do that again. Okay, so here you can see I've selected the particular theme I want us to install here. So having selected the theme, the next thing is to click on install button. So the way I just clicked on it now, on the install button here. So you click on it and you wait for it to upload. Okay, so it's uploading now. Within 3 minutes or more, it will upload. So after it uploads, okay, see, theme installed successfully. So we have successfully installed that particular theme on the block. So after it's uploaded, the next thing for you to do is to activate it. Remember, don't forget, you must always activate the theme before it will start working on your site. The next thing to do is to activate it. So I'm going to click on activate now. And after that, we will take a look at how the theme looks like on the front page before we can then start making it look exactly the way we want. Okay, so I want to skip this for now. Okay, so the theme has been stored. Let's see. Okay, so this is how our new blog looks. This is how our new blog looks based on the theme we just installed now. You can see it's not like the one we had before where the header here was dark completely. So this is how our new theme looks on mobile devices. We can also take a look at how it will look on computer by clicking on these 3 dotted lines by the right side here. Okay, so once we click on it, if you are using Chrome or Puffin browser or Kiwi browser, Mozilla, anyone, just use the same method. Click on those 3 dotted lines there, those 3 dots there, and then change it to desktop format. So this is how it will look when it comes to desktop. Okay, if there's going to be a difference in this, it will just be a little bit. Okay, but it will look like this on desktop devices, that's on laptop and computer devices. So let's change this back to mobile, or we can leave it like this and proceed with our customization. We can change this back to mobile, you see, or we can still use that new format, that is the desktop site format, to proceed. Now, if you look at this place, now we are about to start editing. If you remember in our last class, we said that the 3 most important places to design in a blog or in a website, in a sales page, is the header, that is here, the body, which comprises of all these sections after the header, and then the footer. Okay, so we are going to make adjustments to the header and give it some menu. We'll put some menu here. Okay, the menu I told you in our last class contains about us, contact us, and other links, that any link at all that you want to put here. It can also be your categories. You can just place them here or above the site title. So in this case, we are going to put the menu somewhere around here and see how it will look after we are done. Now remember that to to edit this page now to make here look nice, there are lots of ways to do that. The first way to do it is by going to your dashboard and then downloading a plugin. Downloading a plugin called Elementor. You can use that Elementor to design any kind of website you want. You can also use Beaver to design, as well as using TagDiv. If you are using Newspaper Team, you can download TagDiv Composer plugin by the makers of Newspaper, okay? Newspaper Team. So if you use any of these three plugins I just mentioned, you can be able to edit this site. You can be able to change the design of this site to look exactly the way you want it to be. However, you can also on your own decide to use the normal the default WordPress customizer. That's the one that comes with the WordPress after you installed it. That's this one you have at the top here. So you don't need extra plugin for it. Some teams have simple customizations that if you are using this option here, you don't even need to get a new plugin to do that, okay? So we are going to use this particular one and change this blog into, this design. Just change some of the things here and make it look a little bit nicer, better than it is already. Okay, so let's begin. We'll click on the customize and follow through. Okay, so on our next page, it has already edited the whole website for us. So ours is just to begin, making some customizations to this particular site so it will look nice. Okay, ours is just to begin making some customizations here. I don't need this particular plugin is recommending me to download, so I just remove it. I just click on that. Because I want to use the default customizer, okay? If I want to use extra plugin, I can download that. Do you understand? So because I don't want to use that, that's why I just click on it to be gone. Okay, so from this place is where you need to change anything. If you need to change anything at the site title, the site identity, that's at the header there, you start here to do that. Let's click on site identity and see what we have there. Okay, so over here we have site title, which means if I want to remove that title we have there or change what we have there to a different thing, I can just do that here. For instance, let me remove the first 3 or 4 letters that we have there. Okay, so if I remove blog from that scalar, you see you see the way it's looking now? It's now showing scalar instead of scalar blog. It's showing scalar instead of scalar blog. So if a person visits this site now, what is going to be seeing is just this scalar instead of scalar blog. If I also change it to, let's say, Scalar Academy blog. Scalar Academy blog. Can you see? If I change it to Scalar Academy blog, it means for every user that visits this site, every visitor, every customer, every student, everybody that visits this site, they are going to see this same thing. This same thing will be displayed on their screen, Scalar Academy blog. Okay, this same thing will be displayed on their screen. Now, if I don't want it to be this way, I can still change it to anything I want. So the site title here under site identity, the function is to help you edit the title, change it to what you want. And then under the tagline here, you can also change this particular one to anything you want. And if you don't want to change it, just leave it and keep going. Now, here you have something called site icon. The function of this site icon is to serve as your browser icon, as in your website's browser icon, like to serve like a favicon. They call it favicon also. Okay, so if you select an image here, when people visit your site, that image will be shown here. That image will be shown at their browser here. After this key or before it will be showing here. As well as when anybody bookmarks your page like the ones I have here, like these ones, it will be showing this same way. You can see that we don't have any image showing here under that Scalar block. We don't have any image. It's just the first letter of our site that is showing here. And then here you can see other sites have their own images. So that's the function of that that favicon. That's the function of that favicon. So when you change what you have there to a different image, or when you upload any image there, it's going to be showing at your browser here. Okay, it's going to be showing at your browser here. So just know that that's where that particular one works. Okay, so the next thing we will do, like I said, if you want, you can just select an image from your device. If you already have some image in your media that's uploaded on the site, just choose one. Okay, let me choose one. Always upload image that relates to what you are building there. Maybe the logo of the website or something similar to it. Okay, let me choose this one. Assuming I don't have anything on my system already, that's on this site already, I'll just click on upload and select and upload it from my phone. Okay, but I have one, so let me use that one. So I'm going to crop it or skip. I can choose crop or skip. Now, the reason you choose crop is if the image is wider or bigger than 512 by 512, because that's the best size to use, 512 by 512. You can just crop it over here. You can crop it. So once you click on crop, it will crop the image to the exact size that you need. You can see if people visit skillerblog.com, how it's going to look like. Okay, so remember, any settings you make here, any settings at all you make here, you must always click on publish before it will become a permanent thing over here. If not, if you make your settings over here without clicking on publish button, without clicking on this publish, everything you do will be gone. Okay, everything you do will be gone. Your site will assume, WordPress will assume you don't want to set those things, those changes as your normal settings. So always publish. If I publish this one now, everything we've done so far will appear there. Okay, so I'm just going to retype this Skiller Blog Academy or Skiller Academy Blog. Skiller Academy Blog. Let me change it to Skiller Academy Blog, since that's what we are using as our new blog title. So you see that after doing this, I clicked on publish. That's exactly what you need to do in your own. Always remember that if you don't click on it, nothing will be saved there. Okay, so the next thing we need to do after we are done with our title, assuming you want to change, that's the same thing you should do too. Assuming you want to change your site title after doing that, the next thing you should do is you come to menu here. Your menu, like I said before, is where you have your default site information, like your about us, contact us, and the rest of them. So you can add also your category pages there. Okay, you can always add your category pages there. Now, if you are building a new website or a new blog, you have to create new menu. Let's start again from that menu place. If you click on menu, you just go to create new menu. Okay, so create new menu. You can give it any name. You can just give it my menu as name, or header menu. Let's use header menu. I think header menu will look good. Header menu. Don't worry about the name. It's not going to show on your site. It's not going to show on your blog or your sales page or anything. No. It's not going to show. So let's just name it header menu. Okay. Now, after naming the menu, the next thing to do is to determine where you want it to be. In this case, I want that menu to be in the header. So I'm going to choose the primary and mobile, but not footer. Just those two, not footer. Some themes will only come with primary and footer, or header and footer. So you choose the two. Okay. So the reason I choose mobile is so that people who are accessing this site with their mobile phone will see the same menu. Remember that your menu is usually located here under the site title, or sometimes it can be above the site title or by the side. And the menu usually contains your site links or information like about us, contact us, privacy policy, site map, and categories, okay, over here. So having selected the location of that menu, because I'm going to still create another one when we get to the footer design. So having selected the location, I'll click on next. So when I click on next, I'll start adding the links that I want to appear there. So that's the same thing you should do. The moment you get to that place, you select the links you want to be showing there. Now, when it comes to pages, I want my home page to be there. So I'm going to click on home to select home. The next thing I want to be there is posts. No, I don't want post. Let me use category. I want some of my categories to be there. So let me choose tips, hairstyles, photography, fashion. I think this should be okay. This is okay. So remember, don't overcrowd your menu with lots of links. Don't overcrowd your menu, because if you overcrowd it, it won't be showing. It won't be showing on your app. And if you want to change their position, okay, if you want to change their position, like you want the one at the top to come down here, or you want the one down to go up here, just all you need to do is when you come to this side, you select reorder. You select reorder. So, and then you use these icons here to move them either up. You see, fashion that was below here has gone up. Okay. Or you move anyone down. Like if I want tips and tricks to come down, I'll just move it down. So that's the way it works. Okay. And each of these things you move up or down will appear here. Remember, it will appear here the moment you publish it. So I'm going to click on publish because I'm done with the links I want to be showing there. So I'm going to click on publish. Okay, now because of the size screen, okay, because of the screen, the size of this screen, it may not be showing here now, but if anybody visits this site using a laptop or computer, it will be showing here below this Skill Academy. So since I'm on mobile, how do I see my menu to know that it's working? I'll click here, okay, and then I'll see all the menus. So you can see all the menu here. You see, that's exactly how it's going to look like on mobile phone. So, but for you, if you are using a mobile phone, just this is where you see it. But if you are using a laptop to view it, just know that it's going to be below here, okay? All right, so I'm done with that menu at the top there. And the next thing for me to do is to create another one, let it be below here. That's at the footer. You need your menu at the header and the footer. So I'm going to create a new menu too. A new menu. Oh, I'm going to create a new menu just for the footer. I told you can create two of them, one for the header and one for the footer. So let's call this one footer menu since we have already called the other one header menu. So let's call this one footer menu. Remember again, that's your name. That's the name you choose to give your menu will not appear on your site. Okay, the only thing that will appear there is the links you choose. Okay, so having done that, I choose the location of the menu, which is footer. You see, I chose footer. And so once I'm done with that, the next thing to do is to click on next button and start adding the necessary links. Just the same way I added the necessary links for the header. So I'm clicking on add items and I'll go on to choose the links I want to add there. So I'm going to add pages. I'm going to add the same home page that I added before when we were dealing with the header. So home page, and maybe this time around I'll just add tags if I have one. Okay, I have not created any tag yet, but if I have, it will be showing here. And the reason I don't see about us, contact us, and all those things is because I've not created the page already. Okay, if you have created the page, they will all be showing here. They will all be showing here. Okay, so let me add categories. Maybe guides, fashion, or let me say media. I added the hairstyles twice, so that's why I had to delete it. That's why I had to delete it. So remember again, if you want to change their position, you just click on reorder and you can use the icons you have here to move them. Okay, so once you are done, click on done. Now, pay attention. Did you notice that below our site title at the footer section, we now have our menu showing there? See, we have home, we have guide, we have fashion, hairstyles, media, and so on. Okay, so I've done this, remember? So what's the next thing to do after doing this is to publish it. Okay, I told you must always publish it. If not, whatever changes you make there will not be saved automatically. Okay, so we are done with our menu. Then the next thing for us to do now is to go to widgets. Now, what are widgets? Widgets are they are like apps, but not really apps, but they are just like a part of websites that gives that allows you to showcase extra settings, advertisements, extra posts, recent posts, popular posts, tests, and images, whether at your sidebar or at any other section. So the most popular places you find widgets are on the sidebar of any website, but sometimes you can also have them at the header. Okay, you can choose to put widgets at the header. You can as well as choose to put it at the footer. You can put them anywhere. So widgets are like apps that allows you to publish extra information, extra posts, extra things like recent posts, most popular posts, top trending posts, archives, categories, and the rest of them by the sidebar. And also you can put them at the top of your site, which is the header, or below at the footer section. So you can just choose any place to put them. So we are going to choose how our own will look like under this sidebar section. So when you click on your default sidebar, you will notice normally we don't have any sidebar here. On all these sites, there is no sidebar. So the website is just like one way, no sidebar. Okay, so but we will add some things here so that we can have a sidebar. Okay, so we'll just add maybe one or two and see how it's going to look like. Okay, so when you come to this session, there are options to add any kind of thing you want. You get any kind of thing you want, whether recent posts, recent comments, search bar, or anything. So you just add them. And to add anyone, just click on the plus sign here, and it will open up information for you to choose. It will open up a page for you to choose the kind of thing you want to be there, the kind of info you need to be on that sidebar. You can choose to have a new paragraph where you write something, or a heading where you just write something, or a list, maybe list of your posts, list of your items, or you can put a quote there, put a table, put a verse, image, gallery, audio, and so on. You can also go ahead to choose from any of these things below here. You can put your categories, you can put your calendar, your archives, you can put your HTML. For those of you that will be applying for AdSense, you put your HTML over there. You can put your latest comments, latest posts. All this information here, you can always choose them and put one there. So let's choose categories. Let's choose to have our categories there. Okay, so I've selected categories, and we'll see it here when we go down. Okay, that's it. That's our categories: vision, uncategorized, general, fashion, and the rest. So this is our categories. I just click on publish. I can also edit this and add extra title, just the same way we have recent comments here. All I will need to do is I'll just click on the plus button. I'll click on the plus button and select add a header, or add heading, and once it opens, I will write something on it. Maybe I will name it must see categories or anything I want to name it. So I will just write that stuff I want and then move it up. Okay, you see where to write it. I'm going to write it, let's say best categories or most read categories. Most read. Most read categories. Of course, you can just put it categories. Just keep it as simple as that. But I'm just writing this to show you the possibilities of what you can do with this. Okay, so you can just write most read categories or write just categories and then you move it up. Let it be at the top of the categories, okay? And then you publish. Okay, so you publish. I think I'm having network issues over here, but in your own, the moment you are done, you click on publish. Okay, you click on publish. Don't forget that. And so you go over again. Okay, so we've set up our sidebar, but it is not showing here now. And the reason it's not showing is because this theme comes with default one-page settings. One-page default settings. So we are going to change that one-page settings to allow our site use other settings over here. Okay. Okay, so we will choose, sorry. Okay, so our team is not actually loading very well from here, so I have to kind of refresh. Okay, let's see if this thing will come out. All of the functionalities will come out. Okay, so I think we're having network issues. Okay, so let it load. Let's wait for it to load. Okay, so remember that I said the reason it's not showing the sidebars and all of that, all those things we added now is because by default, this particular theme is using one page settings, as in one column settings on the front page and as well as in the post. So we are going to go to this same place. Under that site identity, we will change the design. So actually over here, you can change both the color, the primary color of the website and all of that. So let's check until we'll get what we're looking for. Okay, there's homepage settings, okay? Okay, so homepage layout, we'll click on homepage layout. You see, can you see under layout, you will see that is in this format, okay? So the way it is here, it won't allow the whole post to show properly. So let's just change it to grid. Of course, if you select this grid, you can. What will happen is that the post will start showing in a block form. Okay, to start showing in a block form. Okay, so you can see those are sidebars. Can you see them? Those are sidebars. They search the recent posts and the categories, the recent comments, the categories. I think the categories didn't save because of that network. network issues we were having. Okay, I'm going to change it again. Let's just go back and add our categories again under widgets. Okay, it didn't actually save. Okay, so let's add it again. Categories. Or just choose categories. Okay, so we've added our categories and it will start showing over here. Now the reason you are seeing this below the posts is because we are using a mobile phone. If we are to be using a laptop, all of this will be by the side. Okay, all of these will be, all of these functions we have here, all of these things will be by the side. Never forget that. So it's actually by the side presently, but because we are using a smartphone, it has to shrink it below. Okay, so let's publish this so that we don't lose it again. Okay, so once you are done, just publish, just click on publish. Okay, once you are done with your own settings, just click on publish, and then you can also change anything you don't want over here. Post settings. Under here, you can allow the post categories to be showing in your post settings. Post categories, like you see this post is under beauty and the author name and everything, including date. If you don't want that, just click on these things to untick them. Okay, so the one you uncheck will be removed. Okay, let's say we are removing date. Oh, sorry, author. And date. So if you click on this place and then publish it, those things will be gone from here. It's always good to have these things showing. So never forget, once you are done, you click on publish and okay, it will be published. I'm having a little bit of network issues here. Okay, so the next thing you need to do once you are done with your widgets is check if you have any other settings to make to the page, whether category settings, archive settings, header settings, and the rest of them. If you don't want to make any other changes and you are sure the site is exactly the way you want it to be, you just click on publish and then you can go and preview the site. Okay, let's preview and see. Okay, remember that we chose grid format. Grid as in GRID. So that's why the site has changed. It's no longer one page, it's now double column grid format. Okay, and you can see our categories, those ones we selected. You see them showing, and the designs we made at the footer showing over here too. So in the same way, we can still go back to that footer settings under customize. We can still go back to that footer settings and keep making more customizations to this, like changing this design and developed by this to our own name. We can put all rights reserved over there, or we can leave that footer credit the way it is. So you can see we have a proper blog now. Let me change this to mobile view so you see how it looks like on mobile. This is how it will look like on system, on laptop, on computers. So let's change to mobile view and take a look. So on mobile view, this is how it will look like. Okay, that's because by default, WordPress will shrink the settings to fit people's screen when they visit your site. But if you visit with a computer device, it will look exactly the way you have designed it to be from the beginning. Okay, let's close the site and try it again. So that's it. You remember our menu, all of them are here. The home, all of them are here because this is a mobile screen. But on laptop and desktop, they will all show at the top here. So this is how you create a blog, a professional blog like the one we just created now. And you can always use this same information here to create your own. You can always use what we did here, the example of what we did here, to create your own. So in the next class, we'll be talking about how to create an e-commerce, like a mobile shop, an online shop, okay? An online shop that people can access with their mobile phones or computer and buy things from there. I'll show you how to create one using simple themes like this and also make it look as beautiful as you would want it to be, okay? Thank you. I'll be looking forward to seeing you